Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be showing you guys how I make my sopita caldosa and picadillo. Please excuse my hair. I barely managed to put on some makeup right now before filming this intro. I've been running errands all day, so that's why I look like this. This recipe is super simple and super easy to make. It is also very affordable and not to mention super delicious, especially with this weather right now. It's super cold over here in the 30s, 40s, so this is gonna really hit the spot. Before we get on with the recipe, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so for our fideo, I'm gonna be using just one pack of the sopita fideo, a little bit of onion. I like to keep the slices big, that way, especially for the kids, they don't like onion. I could just take it out real easily. And then 1 clove of garlic, this for some flavor. And then I'm gonna be using a can of tomato sauce. I know the authentic way is to make your own sauce, but this is the easiest way for me when I want to make something fast. I don't have to pull out the blender, wash the blender. I've always made it like this and it tastes really good, so that's what I'm gonna be using. And then the ingredients for our picadillo are very simple. I have here 1 pound of ground beef that I defrosted. I'm gonna be using a can of corn. I have 2 potatoes, 1 jalapeño. This is optional. It doesn't really make it spicy, it just gives it good flavor. And then I have a piece of onion that I'm gonna be chopping up that is making me cry. And then again, I have a can of tomato sauce. Again, you can make your own sauce if you want, but this is just the easiest way for me. And it's the way I always make it. I'm not gonna be using the whole can. I'm just gonna use about half and the rest water. And then I'm also gonna be using this for flavor. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with my picadillo. And I'm just gonna turn on, I'm just using this skillet. And I've turned it on. And I'm just gonna put in my ground beef. And I do use a potato masher to break the meat down. And I'm just gonna cover it. I'm gonna put on a glove because I have this band-aid and I don't want it to fall off or anything. These are medical gloves, but my mom gets them for free, that's why I use them. Okay, so I'm gonna prep my vegetables. I'm gonna start off with the onion and I'm just gonna slice. Just like that. And now I'm just gonna peel the potatoes real quick and I will be right back. Okay, so I've peeled my potatoes, but make sure to be keeping an eye on your meat. I have it at about a medium-low heat just so that it won't burn on me. Probably turn it up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and add in my onion that I chopped up. Now I'm gonna chop my potatoes. You can cut them however big or small you like. I usually like to cut them a little smaller just because they cook faster when they're smaller. And of course I have hungry kids and a hungry husband, so the faster the food is ready, the better. Okay, so I have my potatoes all diced. Now I'm gonna check on my meat. Okay, oops. So this is what this is looking like. And I like to use the masher to break up the meat. So now I'm going to strain out all of the excess oil. And now I'm gonna add in our potatoes. I love potatoes, that's why I use so many, but you can use less if you want. And the same thing with the vegetables. If you don't like corn, or if you want to add something else, you can add squash, you can add tomatoes, whatever's in your fridge, whatever you like, you can add that in. Okay, now I'm gonna switch to just a regular little spoon, and I'm bringing the heat up to medium just so I could cook the potatoes a little bit. I am going to add some salt and pepper, but not too much, because I'm still gonna add in our consomme, and that has a lot of salt. So as soon as you start to see the potatoes kind of turn translucent on the edges, we're gonna add in our corn and our tomato sauce and water. Okay, so here's our corn, which, by the way, I did strain it, and I'm only gonna add about half of this small can of tomato sauce, and then I'm gonna add in 2 cups of water. Mix. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn the heat up a little bit just so I could bring this to a boil, and I'm gonna add in the jalapeño. Once it starts to boil, I'm gonna add in our flavoring. I'm gonna start with 2 and a small one, so maybe like 3 teaspoons. I'm gonna mix. And now I'm gonna taste. It's really important that you taste your food, because obviously you know what you like. If you don't like it as salty, start off with less, add more to your liking. So that was good for me. So now I'm just gonna give it one last mix, and then I'm gonna cover it until it's done cooking, and bring it back down to a medium-low heat. Okay, so now we're gonna work on our sopita. So I have my stove on a medium heat. I added in a little bit of oil. I'm gonna add in my onion and garlic. And I'm gonna add in my bag of fideo. And now we're gonna brown our fideo. So it's really important that you keep it moving and you do not leave it unattended, because this will burn fast. Okay, so once your sopita looks like this, nice and brown, we're ready to add in our tomato sauce and our water. Okay, so I am adding the whole can of tomato sauce, and I'm gonna rinse it out and add in that water. You could also use chicken broth instead of water. It'll give it a better flavor, but I just always use water. and I think it tastes pretty good. So that's 2 cups of water. I'm probably gonna add in 5 or 6. So here's 4 and 6. This is also based on your preference. If you don't like it so soupy, just don't add as much water. Or if you do like it even more soupy, then you can add more water. Again, everything that you make is always based on your preference, what you're gonna eat, what your kids are gonna eat. So feel free to modify any recipe to your liking. Okay, so I am gonna bring it up to a medium-high heat just so that we could get it boiling. And then now I'm gonna check over here on our carne con papa. Okay. So this is looking delicious. And the way to know if it's ready is to check a potato. I like my potatoes really soft. So this is ready. I'm gonna turn off the heat. And this cooked for about 15 minutes on medium-low heat. This lid is actually for both of these. So right now I'm gonna use this for my sopita. So I'm just gonna take it off and I'm gonna cover this with foil. So now we're back to our sopita. My mom always taught me to skim off this stuff from the top. I think it's mostly like the grasa, like the oil that we use in the beginning to fry our onions and garlic and toast the sopita. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm just putting it in my empty tomato can sauce. In my empty can of tomato sauce. And I'm gonna add in my favorite ingredient of all time. For this, I'm gonna probably do 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, I'm gonna taste. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Now I'm gonna cover it and I'm gonna put it on a low heat. This doesn't take that long to cook. Probably maybe 10 minutes and then it should be ready. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes and this should be ready. Yummy. I think the only bad thing about making sopita is having to wait for it to cool down. Are you guys ready to taste?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Is it good, Azul? Say thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Bye. I'm gonna tell you something.
You gotta tell me something?
I love you the whole life.